Lately, I've been catching myself holding my breath, like I'm waiting for something bad to happen. The news, the prices, the uncertainty. It really feels like everywhere you look, something is wrong. And even when everything around me is still, my mind will not rest. I'll be standing in my kitchen doing something simple, stirring a pot or wiping down the counter, and out of nowhere, that feeling creeps in. Not loud, just this quiet weight, like something is not right, even if I can't explain what it is. And I know I'm not the only one feeling it. You can see it in the way people talk lately, in the way they move, in the way everything feels just a little more tense than it used to. Like everyone is carrying something, but no one is really saying it out loud. Maybe you felt it too. You're doing what you always do, taking care of your home, making meals, trying to keep things steady. But underneath it, there's this quiet worry that will not go away. Not fully. It's not panic. It's just a constant hum in the background. And for a while, I didn't know what to do with that feeling. I tried to ignore it at first, told myself I'm just tired or thinking too much, maybe letting things get to me that shouldn't. But it didn't go away. It would follow me through the day, into the kitchen, into the quiet moments, even into the ones that were supposed to feel peaceful. I could be doing everything right, everything normal, and still feel like something was off. That's the part that's hard to explain. Because on the outside, life can look completely fine. The house is in order, dinner's made, the day keeps moving forward. But inside, it feels like you're carrying something invisible. Something you can't set down. Something you don't even know how to name. And I remember thinking, why do I feel like this when nothing is actually wrong right in front of me? And that question will wear you down because you start looking for answers, trying to fix it, trying to think your way out of it. The more you try to force yourself back to normal, the more aware you become that you're not there. It's exhausting. Not in a way that sleep will fix, but in a deeper way. The kind where your body is tired, your mind is tired, even your spirit feels worn thin. Somewhere in the middle of all that, I realized something I didn't want to admit. I wasn't just dealing with stress. I was carrying fear. It was a quiet fear, the kind that it doesn't shout, but it lingers. The kind that sits in the background of your day and waits for you to notice it again. I didn't know what to do with it. Because I love God. I believe in Him. I know He's in control and I completely trust Him. But even with that, I was still sitting there feeling unsettled, unsure, and honestly, a little overwhelmed by it all. I wish I could say that there was a moment where everything just clicked and where the fear disappeared, where I suddenly felt at peace again. But that's not how it happened. It was much quieter than that. It was much slower, almost unnoticeable at first. It started in the middle of ordinary moments, not during a perfect morning, not during some sleep, uninterrupted prayer, but right in the middle of real life. Standing at the sink, folding laundry, doing the same things I had done 100 times before. And instead of trying to push the feeling away or fix it, I just stopped. I just stopped for a second, and I said, God, I don't feel okay. Not polished, not put together, just honest. And I think for a long time, I believed I had to come to Him differently. Stronger, more certain. Like I needed to already have peace before I could bring anything to Him. But that's not what He was asking for. He wasn't waiting for me to fix the fear. He was waiting for me to bring it to Him. Not all at once, just little by little. A thought here, a worry there. A quiet moment where instead of holding it in, I let it go. Even just a little bit. Then something started to change, not around me, but inside me. The world didn't all of a sudden calm down. The news didn't change. The uncertainty didn't disappear. But the way I was carrying it did. I started to realize peace wasn't coming from everything being okay. It was coming from not carrying it all by myself anymore. Scripture says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you, because they trust in you." For a long time, I thought that meant I had to hold my thoughts perfectly still and keep my mind from wandering. Somehow stay strong enough to keep everything together. But that's not what that means. It means when your mind starts to run, you bring it back again and again and again. Not perfectly, just faithfully. And some days, that looks like full peace. And other days, looks like standing in your kitchen, taking a breath, and whispering, God, help me with this right now. That's it. Somehow, that's enough to begin. Maybe that's where you are right now. Not in some big overwhelming moment, just in the middle of a normal day, with something heavy sitting quietly in your chest. You're still showing up, still taking care of things, still doing what needs to be done, but underneath it, you can feel it. That weight, that question in the back of your mind, that what if, that keeps coming back no matter how many times you try to push it away. And maybe you've told yourself, I shouldn't feel like this. I need to be stronger. Other people have it worse. But that doesn't make it go away. It just makes you carry it quieter. I think that's where a lot of us get stuck. Not because we don't have faith, but because we think faith means we're not supposed to struggle like this. Like if we really trusted God, we wouldn't feel so unsettled, so uncertain, so affected by everything going on around us. But that's not true. Faith doesn't mean you don't feel it. It means you don't carry it alone. There's a difference between the two. Because you can be sitting in your kitchen with dishes in the sink, a meal half done, and your mind running in circles, and still be held, still be seen, cared for, right in that exact moment. I think sometimes we're waiting for God to show up in big ways, big answers, big changes, something that takes all of it away at once. But most of the time, that's not how He meets us. It's quieter than that. It looks like getting through the day you thought you couldn't. It looks like having just enough, not extra, just enough. Enough strength to keep going, enough peace to take the next step, having enough provision for today. And I've noticed it's often in the smallest places. A meal on the table, a quiet moment where your thoughts slow down, even just a little bit. A sense of calm that doesn't make sense, but it's there. Not constant, but real. And it doesn't mean everything is fixed. It just means you're being carried through it. There's a verse that says, "Give us this day our daily bread." Not next week. Not everything figured out all at once. Just today. And I think that's where I had to change my thinking. I stopped trying to solve everything at once. I started looking for what was already been given. And when I did that, I realized something I had been missing. God was already providing. Not always in the way I expected, but in the way I needed. The strength to keep showing up. The ability to keep caring for my home, even when my mind felt heavy. In the small, steady reminders that I wasn't doing this alone. And I want to share something with you just for a minute, because I don't ever want to sit here and talk about this like I've always handled it well, or like this came easy for me. There've been a lot of days where on the outside, I look completely fine. I was still showing up, still smiling, still taking care of everything that needed to be done. But inside, I was not okay. Been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, and with that comes something that's hard to explain if you've never felt it. This constant undercurrent of fear. Anxiety, thoughts that don't always quiet down when you want them to. Most of the time, I don't show it. I've learned how to carry it quietly, privately. I can laugh. I can have a normal conversation, and I can even go about my day. But inside, it feels like everything is starting to unravel. That kind of living, oh my gosh, it's so exhausting, because there are moments where all you want to do is stop, break down, let it all out. But you don't. You hold it together. You keep going. And I've had days where I felt like I was right at the edge of that, standing in my kitchen, just doing something simple and thinking, I don't know how much longer I can keep feeling like this. Not because I didn't love God, and not because I didn't have faith, but because I was tired, so deeply tired. That's the part I think a lot of people don't say out loud. You can love God, and you can still feel overwhelmed. You can trust Him, and still have days where your mind feels like too much to carry. And that doesn't make your faith weak. It makes you human. So if you've been feeling this lately, this weight, this quiet worry, this sense that something just isn't right, I want you to hear me for a minute. You are not failing, and you're not the only one carrying this. You're living in a time where a lot feels uncertain, and your mind is trying to make sense of it all. That doesn't make you weak. It means you're aware. It means you're human. But you don't have to carry all of it. You don't have to hold the weight of the world and your home, your thoughts, all at the same time. You were never meant to. And maybe today, it doesn't look like everything's getting fixed. Maybe it just looks like this. You take a breath. You slow down for a moment. You finish what's in front of you. Not everything, just the next thing. And you hand the rest to God. Not perfectly and not all at once, just honestly. Because God sees what you're carrying, even the parts you haven't said out loud. He knows the thoughts that keep circling. And He knows the exhaustion that sits underneath your day. And He's not asking you to have it all together. He's asking you to come to Him right in the middle of it. There's a verse that says, "The eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms." I love that verse so much. I think sometimes we picture that as something distant, something we'll feel one day when everything is finally okay. But it's not distant. It's right here. It's right in the middle of your kitchen. It's in the middle of your thoughts. It's right in the middle of a day that feels heavier than it should. You're not holding yourself up alone, even on the days it feels like you are. And if all you do today is keep going, quietly, if all you do is take care of what's right in front of you, if all you can manage is one small step at a time, that's enough. You're still here. You are still standing. And that matters more than you think. So tonight, or this afternoon, or whenever you're watching this, take a breath, light a candle, and finish what's in your hands. Let the rest be held by God, even if just for a moment. And you don't have to carry it all today. And I'll see you next time.